Hello guys, and welcome back. Okay, we stopped here last time, and we are going to continue from here also. But before then, I would want us to do something. I would want you to just go at the left hand side of your code editor and click on these extensions. Okay, click on these extensions, and I want you to type in prettier as such. Okay, type in prettier, and then click on this first one and then install it. Okay, it's actually less than a megabyte of file. Install it. Okay, it's when it installs on your PC, it shows something like this, that it has been installed. Okay, so you might want to ask, what why are we installing this prettier on our code editor? Prettier helps to format your code. All right, it helps to format your code to look nice. All right, to be well formatted, to be well arranged, and all the rest of it. Okay, that's basically what Prettier will do for you. Okay, and then you would want to also format and save. Okay, like when you click your when you type on something and then click on Ctrl S, you would want it to be formatted automatically. Okay, now how can you go about that? I would want you to go ahead and click on settings at the bottom left. Okay, click on that settings, and then that setting icon, and then your settings, and then I would want you to just type in format. All right, just type in format. As you can see, it says here editor, format, or save. Just make sure this is active, that this is clicked. Okay, yeah, once that is done, you can go ahead and exit the settings from here, and that just it for now. And then we can now go ahead and get into the main deal of the day. Okay, so what I want to explain right now is about HTML elements. Okay, now what are HTML elements? It's basically the uh the tags that we use in creating our websites. Okay, what do I mean by that? As you can see, head, as you can see, meta, as you can see, title here, and body, all these are HTML elements. Okay, and there is something I would want you to really understand when it comes to all these tags. Okay, they have opening and closing tags. Okay, now how do I mean? Check in my line 3, you will notice that this head element, okay, has a closing tag at line 8. And how do you differentiate open and closing? Just like this. Okay, just like, assuming I type in head here now and then close it. As you can see, this particular head element and this one here are two different things. Okay, how are they different? This one is basically head inside these signs. Okay, this less than sign and greater than sign. Meanwhile, this one has a front slash just before the head. Okay, now it tells that whenever you want to open an element, you should just go ahead and write it inside the signs, and whenever you want to close that particular element, you should go ahead and before the writing the name of that element, you should go ahead and write a front slash before it, just as you can see right now. Okay, along the line we can also explore more and get to understand much more better what all these things are talking about. Okay, now let's get into know some basic things. I will start with headings in HTML. Okay, I'll start with headings in HTML. Now in HTML there are basically 6 headings. Okay, 6 headings in HTML. So you might want to ask, what is this heading? Heading is basically normal heading that you know. Yeah, there's no literal way to explain it other than this. Okay, like it just makes your heading text to stand out. We are really gonna show on this video how it looks like, and you yourself, you're gonna try it out and also get it done. All right, so how then can you write this heading in HTML? Now let's get into business. Like I made mention, there are about 6 headings in HTML. So there are basically 6 headings in HTML. So the first one says heading 1. Okay, to type it, just your less than sign followed by heading 1, and then you close it, and it will automatically close it for you. Like what I mean is automatically bring up the closing tag for you. As you can see, it has that front slash. Okay, to not waste time, okay, to not waste time, you might want to just type in h1 only, and then the ms abbreviation, just as we have here, you just click on it. All right, it still gives you what you want. It saves time, so you can try to name this one heading 1. Okay, as it is. Now let's try to open our web and see how it looks like on the web. Okay, I'll just go ahead and refresh this because this was the last thing we did. Okay, I'll just go ahead and refresh this. I'll just do this, and as you can see, heading 1. So what do you notice in the heading and then in the other text we wrote? Actually, the heading makes it to be bolder. Okay, that's how it stands out. Okay, now we can also go ahead and type in h2. All right, and I will say heading 2. Okay, say heading 2, and I will save this file. You see what happened there? When I save this file, it tends to come, even if I was actually creating empty spaces and then saving this file, it tends to come back to where it should. That is the work of the prettier we just downloaded. Okay, that is the work of the prettier. So that's why I wanted us to have that prettier installed on our code editor to make stuff easy, to make our code look very neat and professional. Right, good. Now you have to just come over here and then go ahead and refresh this page, and you can see it has heading 2. I think you are beginning to understand how heading 3 and all the rest of it is gonna look like. Right, now let's do something. Let's just go ahead and write all the headings out. Heading and number 3, and then also heading with number 4. Okay, heading and 4, heading 5. I would have just copied and pasted that, but it's up to you. Okay, heading 5, and then finally h6. Okay, I can do something like this, h6, and coming to the browser and then refreshing this. As you can see, this is basically how headings looks like in on the web rather. Okay, so I believe you must have come in contact with some websites that have this kind of a heading or this kind of a heading and all the rest of it, and you yourself, you are like, wow, uh this is how it comes about. Okay, yes, this is how it comes about. Okay, or it came about. Okay, so this is actually what you should know. At the end of this series, you should be able to comfortably say to yourself, okay, look at what happened on this web, look at what happened on this web, look at how these guys were able to get this web done to this point and all the rest of it. Okay, you must have gotten acquainted with so many things about the web. Okay, and you yourself, you can do it. That's the sweetest aspect of it. Okay, before I wrap up on this video, I want us to notice something, that whenever I make my changes, okay, let me assume I remove this heading 6, I will need to save my file, and then I will come here and then refresh it for it to reflect. It's actually a good one, but not the best way to go about it. Okay, that's where it calls us to install one more extension on our code editor. So what is this extension about? Just still go back to the extension. Now type in live server. Okay, live server as such. Okay, yeah, the first one here, which have this icon, go ahead and install it. Now when you must have installed it, allow it to finish up and then show you up to this point, that so that you can know that you have installed it. Okay, you can go ahead and remove this here, and after that you can click back here. After that, I want you to come to your code here and then right click. Okay, when you right click, I want you to do something like open with live server. You will see that here, open with what? Live server. Okay, or if you look down here, you can see something like go live. Okay, so either ways can get it done for you. I will click on right click here and then click on open with live server, and when I click on it now, notice what will happen to me. It will go ahead and open on the web for me. Okay, these two, basically the two things I have here are the same thing, but one of it is actually running on live server, the other one is running on from my local. Okay, as you can see, this file name, the way it says user mark desktop and then web development with index.html, that's actually my file name. It works on local, but this one is gonna be working from where? My live server. Like as I am editing it and saving it up, is already reflecting on my web. Now let's try to see it now. I am on my live server, and the last thing here I have is heading 5. Let's try to add back the heading 6. I can actually Ctrl Z here so that it can bring back the heading 6, and I will save it and I will go back to my web. As you can see, the heading 6 automatically came here. But when I go back to the other one, okay, the heading 5 is still showing, and it will need me to refresh this web for the heading 6 to come. So which one is better? I believe you are selecting the live server. So from now onwards, we are gonna make use of the live server in our tutorial. That is it for today, and that is it for now. Thank you so much. See you right in the next episode. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe my video. Thank you.